Hello everyone, this is Ananya Singh. I'm a trip fellow and academic tutor at JGU. I also work with the Office of Alumni Relations. Today we are with Megha Chauhan. She is a JGU alumni. She did her LLM from Jindal Global Law School in 2019, from a 2019 batch. Currently, she is working as an associate at Sanjin India Feeds Private Limited. It's a part of Harim Group in Chandigarh. Hi, Megha. How are you?
Hi Ananya, I'm good and thank you for having me.
Pleasure. So let me start with asking you, how did you decide to pursue LLM specifically in corporate and financial law and policy from JGLS?
Hi, so basically the thing was I had worked for a good 3 years, 8 months before pursuing LLM, and it was always on the back of my mind because I wanted to hone my skills further and explore the academic side of things. So I gave myself time and I wanted to experience my corporate law journey so as to make up my mind whether I want to devote one full year doing masters. And I thought I researched a lot about the possible universities that I could apply to, and I think Jindal was the one stop where I was sure of that I wanted to do LLM here. So that's how I decided to pursue LLM.
I hope it really helped you.
That really did, in fact. And, I feel that it was the best decision of doing it after I gained some amount of experience rather than jumping straight out of law school, because that would have made me question why I did LLM. Because that time I was a very confused kid. So, yeah, now when I look back, I think it was the perfect time.
I also want to ask you, what are the key skills you think are required to develop or land an opportunity in law firms or like be an in-house counsel, especially in corporate litigation sector?
So basically, you need to be responsible enough to handle individual assignments, and for that you need, if you're doing a job straight out of college, then you should have ample amount of experience, because if you're suddenly loaded with responsibilities, then I don't think you will be able to fulfill that role very nicely and smoothly. It's going to be very tough for you to suit yourself in that environment, since being an in-house, the whole responsibility of that entire company, their compliances, which is not limited to labor, which can go into very little nuances, you have to cater to. And I think that can only come when you have for a fresher, when you have multiple internships in that field, or for an experienced person to know what corporate law entails basically.
All right. One more thing I wanted to ask, and I was really interested in knowing that you were also an internal complaints committee member under POSH Act
Yeah.
at your last company, that was Vedicare Ayurveda Limited. So how was that experience like, and what was the role you played there? If you can like share with us in a brief.
So basically, under the Prevention of Sexual Harassment, which is POSH Act, it has become compulsory for every private company, be it a private or a public entity, to have an internal complaints committee, which is called an ICC, and it requires you to have an independent member who is so that there is no conflict of interest. And for that, I was engaged for good 3 years. So the timeline is 3 years, and after that, you have to change the management,
Yeah.
since it has to be a very independent and an impartial process. And it required me to consistently, discuss with the management and with the women employees whether they are facing any sexual harassment incident or whether there is has been and happening. And so you have to be actively engaged with the women employees and understand that they should also feel comfortable that okay, there is somebody who will hear us when something like that or close to that even happens to us. So that was a good experience. And even in the company itself, where I'm working right now, we have a ICC, which is now a mandatory requirement. So whether or not you have complaints in a year, you still have to submit a annual report of whether there have how many meetings there have been, and what all actions, if complaints have been received, what all actions you've taken in furtherance of that. So yeah.
All right. Uh, I also wanted to ask you, like, what kind of experience you gained while working in the field of, like, I've seen you have worked in the field of litigation, you've also done arbitration, and
Yeah.
how did it help you with your LLM and your current job?
So I had exposure to both litigation and corporate. That
Yeah.
helped me to understand, firstly, corporate is preventing lawsuits from happening, and litigation is being, in the court and try and, understand the case and understand the case laws that will help you win that case, if I may say that. So it helped me to understand both sides of the coin, and that helped me while doing LLM, because in general, the best thing was they make you think, they make you question, they make you want to give your opinion on even a theory or a thing that has already been concluded. So that helped me to understanding thesis, so, and research papers, of course. So that has been an added factor for me, being somebody who had an experience.
Yeah, you have a pretty varied and diverse experience, I must say. So
Thank you,
kudos to
Ananya.
that. Also, any instances of dilemma faced in taking decisions involving professional ethics? Have you ever faced anything like that so far in your career journey?
Thankfully, I haven't, because my bosses have been very welcoming. They have been very, they have been communicating freely without any hesitation. They don't feel like, you were a junior, or, you can't speak to us that way and you can't be open, because I have been a very open minded and very, I communicate my thoughts very freely. So that hasn't been an obstacle because of the people that have been around me, and I'm very thankful for that. So I will give the credit to my, all the office employees in the erstwhile office I was working in, and also in the current office. So I've been lucky that way, fortunately, which is not the case with most of the women employees here in India.
Yeah, I'm happy for you. I'm glad it's changing. The dynamic is
Yeah,
changing.
it is changing, and it's a very
Yeah.
good thing it's changing.
Also, one more thing I wanted to ask you, any constructive criticism or like bad experience or suggestions or even advice for that matter received from your seniors or your family members or your colleagues, which helped you in shaping your professional journey from law student to your current position?
It has, in fact. Thankfully, here again, I haven't received any, a negative feedback. In
All
negative,
right.
in in the way that makes me feel anxious or makes me feel, I don't have the capacity to do more. It has always been constructive because it pushed me harder. Like my previous office, Dua Associates, my managing partner, Siddharth Kumar, he was always pushing me to strive for more, and he always told me that you should have the hunger. And I didn't understand, what do you mean by having the hunger? And then I understood that, if you don't have the hunger, if you don't have the yearning, you will have no learning. So yeah, that has been the most important constructive feedback that I've received, and that's helped me so far, and I'm sure in the longer run it is going to help me further.
So, any challenges which you may have faced while building your career, like anything which may have like you have felt stuck or something for a moment, but then you overcame it.
Challenges I felt more in the litigation field, because
Yeah.
when I was pushed to argue cases, and by my seniors, they told me that, you should argue it on your own. And I faced a lot of, I could sense a kind of atmosphere where my other, opposite counsel was a little wary about, oh, there's a female lawyer, as they like to call it. Like, we're not called lawyers, we are called female lawyers for some reason, because the
Yeah.
proportion of male and women lawyers is quite, like, it's a huge gap. So they don't view female lawyers as people who know what they're doing. So that kind of way came in the way, and I felt a little, I felt why, we are not treated in the same manner when it comes to our colleagues. And yeah, that was one hurdle to
There
face
are
it.
a lot of women,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
happy that you are like far above all that now.
Yeah, so you have to give it back. You have to stay strong and know that, the field that we're in, it is a male dominated field, and we have to sort of hold our ground and be, very firm with our words.
Yeah, but I'm pretty positive, like eventually the dynamics will change and this will
It
be the
will change.
talks
It
of
is
the
changing,
yesteryears.
but
It is changing as we speak, yeah.
definitely. Definitely, it is changing, but the momentum of change is slower in small cities compared to metropolitans.
Yeah,
So
that is
that
there.
is there, especially in the area where I live. It is a little slower, but I'm sure it's changing.
Also, I wanted to ask you what keeps like motivating you to like, keep growing in your current career, current role.
Um, I love challenges. I love when there are deadlines. So I think my
Most of us
attitude is
dread
always.
it, but yeah,
I
it's good
love
to.
it. For some reason, I just get a kick out of completing my task before time, and I don't know. It's a very weird habit because it gives you anxiety, but I think that helps me a lot. I've tried to, view it in a good way, in a positive way, and I think that pushes me harder. And I think that has come from my mother, who's a doctor, and she's managing everything from day one. So maybe that's genetic, and it's really helping me. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, also our time is coming to an end. So I would like to ask you one last question. How did your post-grad experience at JJU help you in shaping your career after you finished your LLM? In what aspect and how it all went?
My Jeju experience, so I experienced since we were the batch, and we were in the midst of the pandemic. Like, first semester was offline, and the latter part of the semester was online. Sorry.
Yeah.
So we gained an overall experience, and all the professors, the way they taught us, the way they made us think about the things they were teaching, and made us question about, everything, be it what I learned during data protection class. I learned how, even social media was using, putting in, basically whiling away our time, and whatever information we are going to send in the WhatsApp, or while using social media, is going to be used against us, or maybe we send to third parties which we do not have any idea about. As also intersection of, there was one subject that I had, and we both were, in the same
Yeah,
class, intersection of law, business.
intersection and human
Yeah,
rights,
of
yeah.
law, business and human rights. So ma'am taught us so well that now I question everything. Like, even the products that I see whether it's environmentally sustainable, whether it's tainted by somebody's blood, as we were going
Yeah.
through all the classes and learning. So it has made me question everything, and it has made me a better, I have honed my skills when it comes to research, and I've understood originality and creative thought that goes behind writing papers, which is very important. So overall, my experience has been amazing, and I would not have, decided for the any decision to pursue law, masters in law somewhere else would have not been so. I wouldn't have been so happy then, here. Very frankly.
I'm happy you are happy, Megha.
Thank you, Nanda.
All right, Megha, our time has come to an end with this. It was a pleasure to have you on board and have this
Same
interactive
here.
session with us. I
Same
hope
here,
I
Nanda.
get to meet you soon once all this is over.
Thank you,
So,
Nanya. It was lovely catching up with you and having a very candid conversation with you. Thank you so
yeah,
much.
thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.